Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I hope you're all having a nice Sunday, which is obviously, when I'm uploading this. Today we are going to be reviewing this, the Crimson King structure deck. I'm not really reviewing it, more so an opening. Not to spoil the fun or anything, but I've already opened this one. I do have a couple spare, but I mean, they're the same. There's no point wasting it. Yeah, so we're going to go over, have a look at some of the cards in it. These cards on the back. We are going to sort of go over some of the strategies. And then if this video is popular, not that I'm very popular at all on YouTube, I'll do a 3 of structure deck sort of construction idea. Maybe run through some of the strategies and yeah, sort of see how it goes. Do it my way, really. See if I can find anything interesting online. I've found some articles about improving it, but obviously they're asking for stuff, like access code talker, a lot of the hand traps that are very expensive, and I have some of them from other structure decks, but you take it as you are, and I can't invest thousands of pounds into this game. However, this doesn't require thousands of pounds, does it? It is, I got mine for £8 from can't remember, with Total Cards in the UK over here. There's other websites, Chaos Cards, Magic Madhouse, God, all sorts of them. You go online, you can find about 1 million different card shops, and none of them are in my town. So I can't even use these. Anyway, so yep, this is the obviously the Crimson King structure deck based on him, Red Dragon Archfiend, him, Jack Atlas. That's it really. There's no more. I can't run off that. Strange enough, they made this on its own. Didn't make it weird like a structure deck for Yusei, or based on Stardust Dragon and all its different versions, which there are. There's plenty of versions. There's probably more. Yeah. There's more of this of Red Dragon Archfiend for definite compared to Stardust Dragon. Yep, so obviously the main structure deck, the basis of this is level 3 Fiend Tuners, level 4 Fiend Monsters to bring out a level 7 Red Rising Dragon. Red Rising Dragon can bring a tuner from your graveyard back, one of the Resonators, and that can go into a level 8. There is Assault Mode support in here, so you can go into Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode, stop it from being destroyed by traps, especially. I know the big cards are, in fact, big cards here are, on the top there, we've got Soul Resonator, and we've got Vision Resonator as well, which can bring, I know it's Spell and Trap support, that one. So, yeah, if we go through them, is there any way I can zoom in the video? No, can't zoom out in this mode. So, unfortunately, it's a bit blurry. Get that off my cards. So, for example, the effect of Soul Resonator, no effect there, I've just slid it off. The effect of Soul Resonator is, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add 1 level 4 or lower Fiend monster from your deck to your hand, except Soul Resonator. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn, except Dark Synchro summon. Expect Dark monsters. If a card you control would be destroyed by card effect, when you control Red Dragon Archfiend or a Synchro monster that mentions it, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So, for example, Soul Resonator, as you saw there, it brings a card back. It's sort of locks down any support of any other cards apart from Dark Synchro, so Red Dragon Archfiend. Even though it's fire, fire, and it's red, it's evil, it's an Archfiend. And then it also sort of functions as a way of stopping. Say you just have plain Red Dragon Archfiend and it nukes the field as it does. That's its effect, and it decides not to. As I say, it decides not to. This card can stop you destroying every single piece you have. It can obviously banish itself and pick a card. That card's safe. So, for example, you have a field of Red Dragon Archfiend, another Dark Element Synchro Monster, or another one from this, Red Rising Dragon. I mean, we've got some here. What we got? Red. There's the main man, obviously. Then there's Red Rising. Everyone's King, which is just a really cool token card. Red Supernova Dragon, that's one of the aspects of the deck. I know that. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity. There we go. There's another one. Scarred Red Dragon Archfiend, for example. I think that is the one. So there's Soul Resonator. We've been through him. Here we have a Vision Resonator. So if a level 5 or higher dark monster is on the field, I guess one of any synchro monster, this is when this comes into play. You can special summon this card from summon this card from your hand in brackets. You can only special summon one Vision Resonator once per turn this way. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one spell or trap that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effect of this once per turn. So pretty much it gets blown up, you get a card, but it also functions as a level 2 tuner. So it's good for, any level 6s, or if you need, you have a level 5 to get to level 7. And then here is the main man himself, Red Dragon Archfiend. We know his effect, 3000 attack, 2000 defense. If you don't, anything that doesn't declare an attack gets nuked. That's pretty much it, Right, so Red Rising Dragon, this is the interesting one. So when this card is synchro summoned, you can target one Resonator monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck this turn you activate this effect, except Dark Dragon synchro monsters. So you're locking yourself into Red Dragon Archfiend. But the amount of extra deck cards you get in this deck, that's all you need. That's what you're going for. If you're buying this and you get building into it, that is what you're going for. So where was we? You cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck this turn. You activate this card, except Dark Dragon Synchro monsters. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target 2 level 1 Resonator monsters in your graveyard, and special summon both of them. So everyone's King, obviously, just a fancy token. So Red Supernova Dragon, this is a alternative strategy within the deck that I know they give you quite a few different options. So this is 3 tuners and 1 non-tuner synchro monster, level 12, big boy. So you'll be tuning off a Red Dragon Archfiend or any other, Red Dragon synchro monster. So it must first be synchro summoned. It gains 500 attack for each tuner in your graveyard. So used for this and also not for used for this. So in general, you want to chuck a load of Resonators into this deck and pump this boy up, and he's already 4000 attack, but 3 tuners and 1 already synchro, so it requires 4 tuners. It's a big a lot of dedication. You need to get this card, and in today's current game, that might not be doable unless the nuke effect goes off on Archfiend. And obviously as well, you have to be aware of hand traps. Nibiru, obviously Ash Blossom, Max C, if they've got the money for it. Max C is going to absolutely go off in this deck. So, must first be synchro summoned, gains 500 attack in your graveyard, cannot be destroyed by an opponent's card effect. Once per turn, when your opponent's monster effect is activated, or when an opponent's monster declares an attack, quick effect, you can activate this effect, banish this card, also banish all cards your opponent controls. Well, there's your payoff. Once per turn during your next end phase after this card was banished by its own effect, special summon this banished card. So, effectively, something goes off, anything goes off. I'm not sure if this has protection from negates though. However, you can banish this. You nuke their board. I mean, you take out everything. Obviously, effects still go off, but you do get this guy back at the end of your next turn. The problem with this guy is, are you going to have an end of a next turn? Because you've already dedicated so much to getting, getting this guy out. Are you going to have anything left? Obviously, you can have a contingency strategy. You can have your hand traps if you choose to chuck him in this deck. But something like this, yeah, this is very much your... It's kind of wanting to be a boss monster, but it's not, it's a mixed boss monster. So, Hot Red Dragon, Archfiend, King Calamity. When this card is synchro summoned, you can activate this effect for the rest of the turn. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects on the field. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation, so this guy does not get negated. If this card destroys a monster by battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. If this card is in its owner's possession and is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can target one level 8 or lower Dark Dragon Synchro monster in your graveyard and special summon it. It requires 2 tuners, so not as much of a dedication. Not as much of an effect, though. However, he is negate proof, so he's already a little bit better than the card before. He does piercing damage, I guess, in a way, but I mean, it very much depends, because you've got decks like, I'm going to use another structure deck because I'm not that familiar with any defense position strategies, but like Trap Tricks is. You know, I'm not sure about their attacks, but I know it's more the defense. So this guy, you know, he wouldn't be as effective. However, obviously negate proof, you can bring back any of the tuners or any of the synchros used for it, pretty much level 8. Yes, so he has his benefits, but he also has a couple of downbacks. And Scarred Red Dragon Archfiend, so the box artwork. So this card's name becomes Red Dragon Archfiend while on the field or in the graveyard. If this card is sent from the monster zone to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Red Dragon Archfiend from your extra deck. This is treated as a synchro summon. Then if this card was sent to the graveyard as a synchro material for a Dark Dragon synchro monster, you can destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls. So pretty busted. And to be honest, you can see why he's on the box. So if he is sent for any reason from the monster zone to the graveyard, so he makes it onto the field and he gets ruined, you can special summon 1 Red Dragon Archfiend from your extra deck. It doesn't have to be the level 8. It looks like it can be any of them level 12s. So this guy is your reason for putting them in that deck. And it's treated as a synchro summon. It's not a special summon, it's a regular synchro summon. So they get their regular synchro summon in effects. And that's key. Very, very good card in this deck. Effectively a better version of regular Red Dragon Archfiend, even though he's scarred. I guess this guy, you know, he's been through some stuff. He's not attacking his friends no more. You know, now he's just nuking your opponent's board, which, you know, even better. And Bone Archfiend, level 4 Fiend effect monster. So this guy comes into effect quite a lot with a lot of these other resonators. So if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can send 1 other card from your hand to the graveyard and special summon this card. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Dark Dragon Synchro monsters, again locking you in. You can target 1 face-up monster you control that is a level, as long as it's got a level. So any monster in the entire, you know, game. Send 1 feed tuner from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, increase or decrease that monster's level by 1. So level manipulation, but not like the Galaxy Eyes monsters, you know, Galaxy Caesar or whatever. This guy is full on, I am getting out a level 8, I am getting out a level 12, and I'm doing it with this. So it's only by 1, but as you saw there, you discard a card, you special summon him. So he comes back, he's very persistent, and he's going to be a chain off these resonators for getting synchro summons for all your different Red Dragon Archfiends. Then we've got the classics, Dark Resonator, so not destroyed by battle, first time each turn. Creation Resonator, level 8 or higher synchro monster. He's one of the keys to getting out those level 12s if you're doing it the old-fashioned way. Synchron Resonator, if a synchro monster is on the field, special summon this card. You can only special summon it once per turn this way. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, target any other Resonator and add it to your hand. So a good way of getting out the other Resonator cards, Soul Resonator and stuff like that. If you need spell support, if you need another monster. Red Resonator, which is when he's normal summoned, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower monster. So Red Resonator, Bone Resonator, increase the level of Red Resonator. That's a level 7 synchro right there. Crimson Resonator, so if you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. If the only other monster you control is exactly 1 Dark Dragon Synchro monster, you know, putting him on straight after a synchro, you can special summon up to 2 Resonators from your hand or deck, except Crimson Resonator. So a really good way of getting out Soul Resonator, the spell support resonator, getting both cards that you need, going off for a level 12, you know, and then there's not much your opponent can do. But, you know, some combos, what's that, 3 cards, probably a 4 card combo, you know, but you've got 3 card combos in here, things like that. Then we've got other stuff. We've got Vice Dragon, you know, you can summon it for lower. You can special summon it, but have its attack and defense. Battle Fader, you know, discard it in the battle phase. Red Sprinter, when this card is normal or special summoned while you control no other monsters, you can special summon 1 level 3 allow a Fiend Tuner from your hand or graveyard. So pretty much Red Sprinter into, I don't know, any other resonator you want. Level 7, Red Warg. So when you normal summon a resonator, you can special summon this card and have its attack. What's that? Level 6. Go into a level 8. Level 10. Wandering King Wildwind, which looks like a retrain of Panther Warrior. If you control a Fiend Tuner with 1500 or less attack, you can special summon this card. If summoned this way, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except synchro monsters. So, you know, no fusions, no nothing like that, XCs, anything. During your main phase, except this turn, this card was sent to the graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard, add a Fiend Tuner with less than 1500 attack. So any Fiend Tuner pretty much that you want. A Phantom Knight, or a Phantom King, I guess. Just another Fiend Tuner support. You know, it's a tuner, but it's also a non-tuner with its effect, level 3. So it's just in there. Magical King Moonstar. Cannot be used as synchro material except for the synchro of a dark monster. If you control a tuner, you can special summon this card. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one other face-up monster you control or in the graveyard. This card's level becomes that card's level. So, summon it, target one of your Red Dragon Archfiends. Make this level that level. You don't lose that Red Dragon Archfiend. You also gain another one. So, Absolute King Backjack. Quite a tongue twister of a name, but I did just read the word summon about 1400 times. During your opponent's turn, you can banish this card from the graveyard, excavate the top card of your deck, and if it is a normal trap, set it on the field. Otherwise, send it to the graveyard. The set card cannot be activated during this turn. If it's a trap, it wouldn't be anyway. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can look at 3 cards from the top of your deck, then place them on the top of your deck in any order. So effectively, this card is a scry for Yu-Gi-Oh! But you have to lose him. 0/0, Fiend Effect, you know, is just if you need to make up a level, I guess, or if you need to look for a trap card in particular. Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode. So, you know, has to be summoned through Assault Mode activated or one of the Assault Beasts. After damage calculation, if this card attack, destroy all of the monsters on the field. So it's got the nuke effect, but it's, you know, a lot more awkward to summon and you get 500 attack. I wouldn't be building into the Assault Mode strategy, to be honest, because it's a bit of a headache. Assault Beast, which lets you search for Assault Mode activated, the trap card to summon that card before. Psy Reflector, a little bit more support. It's a Psychic Tuner. It's dark. If this card is normal summoned, you can add 1 Assault Mode activate or 1 card that mentions it from your deck to your hand. You can also reveal 1 Assault Mode activate from your hand, then target 1 monster in the graveyard that mentions it, special summon it, and if you do increase its level up to 4. So Psy Reflector, I mean, it's good for getting out those level 12s. It's good for if you do want to do the Assault Mode. However, being a Psychic in a deck that focuses on Fiends, yes, it's dark. It's not really what you want to be going into, is it? But it's nice that it's in here. Fire Ant Ascator, an insect tuner. When it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, target 1 level 5 monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target, but its effects are negated. Also send it to the graveyard. So pretty much a quick synchro. An Ascator Dawnwalker, level 5 spellcaster effect. Discard 1 card, special summon this card from your hand in defense position, then special summon 1 Fire Ant Ascator. So right there, you've got a level 8 tuner. Danger Nessie, Danger Chupacabra, so just some extra danger support. Witch of the Black Forest, a good card in this deck, to be honest. Not really, people are running her, but you know, they can get away with it. So effectively, it's anything with 1500 or less defense. if this card is sent for any reason from the field, you get to search it up. So any tuner, any of the resonators, Bone Archfiend, anything like that. You can't activate the effect of the cards when it's hand. However, you do get it. You get it into your hand. You can send something from your graveyard if it's in a graveyard effect, like Bone Archfiend. That's not the thing, is it? So here's the spell card. This is a new one, named after the set, obviously. That was, I think, the one where Red Dragon Archfiend came out first. Absolute Power Force. So target one Red Dragon Archfiend you control, any of them. If that monster you control battles an opponent's monster this turn, apply these effects until the end phase. So all four actually. It gains 1,000 attack. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects, locking them out. If it attacks a defense position monster, it does piercing, and any battle damage your opponent takes is doubled. So if this card goes off, you are turning a field bomb into a nuclear bomb and potentially ending that duel in one turn. If you can build around it and get it off, you could have a one-turn kill, but that's if you can actually get it off. Crimson Gaia, and we have a crimson textbook at the bottom. During your main phase, you can add one Red Dragon Archfiend or one card that mentions it from your deck to your graveyard, to your hand, except Crimson Gaia. When your Red Dragon Archfiend declares an attack, change all monster your opponent controls to face down defense position. Benefits some decks, can screw you over. If a monster on the field is destroyed by bottle card effect, special summon one Red Dragon Archfiend from your graveyard. You can only use each effect of Crimson Gaia once per turn. So, deals with them, blows them up. They can't attack, they're in face down defense position. Red Dragon Archfiend is going to blow them up. So, Resonator Engine. Target 2 Resonator monsters in your graveyard. Add 1 level 4 monster from your deck to your hand, and if you do those, return them to your deck. So, a searcher, pretty much. Resonator Call. So, just add a Resonator. Resonator Command. Discard a Resonator monster. Add 1 level 4 or lower Fiend monster from your deck to your hand. You can activate one Resonator. You can only activate it once per turn. Burning Soul, a new card. It was an anime card. The artwork is, look at it for yourself, really. If you control a level 8 or higher synchro monster, add 1 card from your graveyard to your hand, except Burning Soul. Then immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon using the monster you control as material. For the rest of the turn after this card resolves, your opponent cannot target synchro monsters on the field with card effects. Pretty good. So, gets you a pretty much turbo synchro. Can't be negated because it can't use card effects against it. It effectively it can turbo out straight from boom, level 8 Red Dragon Archfiend straight into boom, Archfiend King Calamity. If you've got the resonators on the field, or if you've got the Ascator or whatever the other tuners, this guy is going to really help you out. Pot of Extravagance, you know what that does? Gets cards into your hand, banishing them from the extra deck? Yeah, the extra deck, this one. Not really what you want in this deck, but if you like me and you keep your extra deck sorted, I always do, you sort of know what you're banishing, but if you obviously shuffle it, which I assume you're expected to do when you activate this card, it could screw you over. But you've got 15 slots, run 3 of each creature, and just pray that you're only banishing 1 copy of each. Fiendish Golem, part of the artwork from Fiendish Chain. I always wondered what it was called. Target 1 monster on the field with 2,000 or more attack, banish it until the end of the phase or of the next turn. Then if activated while you control a Red Dragon Archfiend, you can set 1 Fiendish Chain. So, I'm not sure why it so specifically focuses Red Dragon Archfiend, because it does lock it in, but it works with Fiendish Chain, gets rid of a card, and Fiendish Chain then locks another card down. Red Zone, the sequel to the film Green Zone. When your opponent activates a card or effect while you control Red Dragon Archfiend or a synchro monster that mentions it, you can target 1 card on the field, destroy it. You can then target 1 of your banished Dragon synchro monsters, special summon it. So I'm not sure if Pot of Extravagance goes into this card, because those cards are banished face down. But obviously you banish any other cards on the game, you bring it back. Red zone is, you know, it's the Nazca lines of the Red Dragon Archfiend is what's coming back. King's Synchro, I mean, just look at that artwork right there. Look at that. That's you sat on them little plastic chairs at your local store, absolutely nailing the pose, hitting the King's Synchro. You know, you've got reasons to cheer. Why not go for it? When your opponent's monster declares an attack on a Synchro monster you control, negate the attack, then you can apply the rest of this card's effect. Banish that Synchro monster you control and one tuner from your graveyard, and if you do, special summon from your extra deck one Synchro monster whose level equals the total levels of the banished monsters. So you can bring out a level 12. Red Rain, time to stand up. You know, it's just support for Red Dragon Archfiend for its effects. There's Fiendish Chain, Powerful Rebirth, targeting a level 4, increase its level by 1, its attack and defense. When it's just, you know, you're not going to be keeping it on the field for very long because you're going to be synchro summoning anyway. Assault mode activate, there it is. Terrors of the Overroot. You know, then we've got common Skylight Red Dragon Archfiend, common Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane, Red Nova Dragon. You're going to be using probably these two, maybe run one of him because he's a bit awkward to get out, and you know you're going to be going for the other card anyway. And Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane. So I mean, this video has run to nearly almost half an hour, which is a lot longer than I expected it to go, to be honest. However, I would say overall, might not be the most competitive deck, but it's going to be very fun. You know, it's going to be really, really fun. You've got your Resonators, you've got, I mean, just having a copy of Red Dragon Archfiend is always nice. There, you know, them 5 there. That 5, there's a reason that they're in rarity, and we'll move them into shop. These 5 cards, there's a reason that they're in this rarity. These are the cards you're going to be using, to be honest. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. It was informative. I know I went into a lot more depth than some of the other people that have done the opening. I might not be the most accurate, to be honest. I still need to look into using this deck a bit more. I might do a video of actually using it. I'm going to do a profile of the 3 of a deck. I might do some historical breakdowns of other structure decks because I have 3 copies of every structure deck that's come out for a good while, to be honest. Yeah, so I mean, there's some decks there that people probably haven't seen. I've got like the Triple D Pendulum one. I've got the Synchro one that came out Synchron Extreme, I think it was, came out 2017. I've got the Pendulum Magician one, all of them. You know, if you want a deck profile or you want a deck running through, I can because I've got them. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You know, I hope you found this video informative, and I hope it helped you make a decision if you want to buy this deck or not. I mean, if you've got the money, why not? It's only £8 and it's a full deck. It's not a tin, it's not a pack of cards, you're not gambling or nothing. You know exactly what you're getting, and you're getting a pretty fun structure deck with support. You know, there's no really unnecessary cards in here. Not like some of the other ones where you just look at them and you go, what are you doing? This is, you know, built around getting your red dragons out, getting your fiends on the field, you know, and nuking the board. And it's pretty fun. Not competitive, but probably going to be really fun. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you're all having a nice weekend. And yeah, thanks, and I'll see you later. Bye.